What would happen if just one time you actually gave it everything? Not halfway. Not until it got uncomfortable. Not until you were tired or distracted or someone doubted you. But everything. Every ounce of focus. Every drop of effort. Every excuse left behind. One season of your life lived with nothing held back. Can you even imagine it? Most people never will. Because they never find out what they're truly capable of. Not because they couldn't, but because they wouldn't. They flirt with change, but don't commit. They chase motivation, but ignore discipline. They write goals, but don't change habits. They want the reward, but not the sacrifice. But if you were to stop playing small, if you were to step into the fire and say, I'm going all in, even just once, your life would never be the same. Because giving everything changes you first. It reshapes your character. It raises your standards. It silences the voice inside that says, maybe I can't. And instead, it begins to whisper, maybe I was meant for more. But let's be honest, the reason most people never give everything isn't because they don't want success. It's because giving everything is scary. Because once you give it all, you have no one left to blame. No fallback excuse. No cushion. No second story to comfort yourself with. You give yourself, you. And that's terrifying when you've spent years hiding behind 80%. Safe. Comfortable. Average. But let me tell you something that most people never hear. There is a version of your life on the other side of all in effort, and you've never met it. There is a version of you, stronger, sharper, more dangerous, more deliberate, waiting. And you only unlock it through total commitment. And I don't mean reckless hustle or blind busyness. I mean focused, responsible, disciplined living. Choosing hard things. Showing up when it's boring. Building habits so solid they could carry you through a storm. That's what giving it everything really means. It's not the flash. It's the fire that stays lit long after everyone else has quit. Most people spend years rearranging the furniture in the same room. They don't realize they're living in a cage they built out of comfort. You want to change your life? You want real transformation? Then one time, just once, burn the blueprint. Give up the half-hearted plan Bs. Quit tiptoeing into goals with soft language like I'll try or we'll see. No. Say, I will. Or I will learn. But I will not turn back. Your problem isn't lack of time. It's lack of commitment in time. And the tragedy is not that most people fail. The tragedy is that most never start with everything they've got. They dabble. They dip their toe into the cold water of change, but never dive in. And then they wonder why the fire of transformation never lights. Listen to me carefully. One fully committed year can rewrite the next 50. One stretch of focused, daily discipline, one season of zero excuses, zero compromise living. And you could become someone even your past self wouldn't recognize. But you have to stop waiting for the world to hand you a perfect moment. It won't. Perfect moments are forged in the fire of decision. You don't find the right time. You declare it. You don't hope your life gets better. You build it, piece by piece, with grit and intention. And the truth is, you already know what needs to be done. The habits you've been avoiding. The standards you've been lowering. The responsibilities you've been deflecting. You don't need a new strategy. You need a new resolve. Your potential is not unlocked by motivation, it's revealed by pressure. It's refined by repetition. It's proven in private when no one's clapping. Stop chasing external applause. Start building internal integrity. Because there's a kind of confidence that doesn't shout, it radiates. It's not bravado. It's not ego. It's the quiet power of someone who knows they've paid the price. And that kind of power only comes when you've walked through fire without flinching. So I'll ask you again. What would happen if you truly gave it everything, just once? What would happen if you stopped negotiating with your potential? No more soft starts. No more half-built bridges. No more being loyal to an old version of yourself that was never built to carry your future. You don't need more time. You need more truth. You need to look in the mirror and ask, am I really showing up with all I've got? And if the answer is no, then good. Because now you know where to begin. Give it everything, just once, and see how the world begins to respond to the person you've finally decided to become. Because life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you earn. What you demand of yourself. What you become strong enough to hold. This isn't about grinding until you burn out. It's about building something you're proud of when no one's watching. It's about getting to the end of your life and knowing you didn't hold back. You emptied the tank. You became the person who was once just an idea in your mind. So if today was that one day, your once, what would it look like? Would you still scroll past your goals? Would you still play small to avoid discomfort? Would you still wait for permission from a world that doesn't know your purpose? Or would you finally rise? Stand tall. Shoulders back. Eyes clear. And say, today, I give it everything. Because once you say it and mean it, something changes. Not around you. In you. And when the change happens in you, the world has no choice but to adjust. You stop waiting for energy, you generate it. You stop looking for direction, you become it. You stop chasing success like it's running away from you, and realize success has always been waiting for the version of you who shows up without hesitation. That version is built through action. Not in a single breakthrough moment, but in 100 quiet decisions each day. Decisions no one sees. No one rewards. But decisions that stack, quietly, unshakably, into a new reality. Because excellence is never an accident. It is the result of deliberate effort, guided by a personal philosophy that says, I will not leave my future to chance. I will craft it. One disciplined day at a time. And that mindset is rare. Most people are slaves to mood. They only move when they feel like it. But if you're serious about transformation, you must graduate from emotion-based action to principle-based living. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is freedom, freedom from regret, from doubt, from weakness. It is how you break the cycle that kept generations stuck. Yes, it hurts at first. But so does staying the same. So does knowing, deep down, that you were built for more but chose less, over and over, because it was easier. That's the slow burn of regret. And it will follow you for a lifetime if you don't interrupt it with courage today. Let me tell you the truth about people who rise. They are not more gifted. They are not luckier. They just decided they were done negotiating with mediocrity. They felt the same fear, the same fatigue, the same resistance. But they stood up in the storm and said, this will not break me. It will build me. And then they proved it, in silence, in the dark, in discomfort. There is no hack for that. No shortcut. No cheat code. There is only this. You, doing the work, without applause, until the results demand attention. And when that moment comes, and it will come, you won't feel surprised. You'll feel deserving. Because you didn't wait for the moment. You became the person worthy of it. So give it everything, just once, and watch what happens when the world finally meets the real you. Not the distracted version. Not the half-committed version. But the you that's been buried under years of doubt, delay, and compromise. Let that version speak. Let that version rise. Let that version run. And if you fall, so what? Falling at full effort is honorable. You rise stronger. You adjust. You learn. But if you fall without ever giving it your all, that's not failure. That's waste. And life is too short, too precious, too divine to waste. You have within you the power to build a life that's unrecognizable a year from now. But not if you keep doing what you've always done. Your destiny is not buried in the future. It's waiting behind the decision you've been avoiding. So stop negotiating. Stop hesitating. Draw the line. Today. One time. One season. One bold decision to go all in. And when it gets hard, and it will, you don't shrink. You remember, this is what transformation feels like. It's not soft. It's not cute. It's not comfortable. It's real. It's raw. It's powerful. And on the other side of that discomfort is a life that was always meant to be yours. But only if you were brave enough to demand it from yourself. So give it everything, just once. And if you do it right, once is enough to change everything.